Hey guys, Jess here. Today I am reacting to... Damn it! I told myself I was going to remember the freaking chat. Okay. Fudge. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think it's because it's kind of late at night. It's probably like 10 o'clock or something right now. I haven't been checking the time. I'm tired. Fuck. What's the name of the freaking video? Oh, I broke her heart, so they broke me down or broke myself. I can't remember. But it's by Young Don, the Sauce God, and this is going to be a long one. It's 17 minutes and 18 seconds long. So, if you are, you're a trooper if you watch the whole thing with me. Also, grab something to eat because it's going to be kind of long. And this is going to be hell uploaded because my freaking phone coverage is straight up ass. It's because of where I live. If I lived in a big area, huge area, very busy commuting area, I wouldn't have this fucking problem. But the coverage over here where I live is trash. Anyway, if there's any videos you want me to react to, let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, if you want to watch the original video without my reaction at all, as always, I just said as always, twice. What's wrong with my speech? My grammar is trash lately. I don't know what's going on. I need to go back to school. But it will be linked down in the description box, okay? Without further ado, let's get this reaction started.
So then my classmate was like, "Oh man, that's not what everyone else is saying."
It's happening
So
twice.
I'm like,
play pause button ain't there anymore, but I tapped in the area to play.
Mr. Hines.
I turn around and there she is, the vice principal, Miss Appletree, which is what we're gonna call her, of course. Mr. Hines, may I please have a word with you outside? Instantly, I shit myself because this woman was terrifying, like genuinely a scary person. So before we start today's video, I feel like I should address something. Something new is in this room, something golden.
Hair? That too.
Oh, that was yes.
Congratulations to 1 million subscribers, young man.
But hey man, I just
The
want to
baby's
say
so
thank
old.
you so much because of your love and support. Oh, you
Congratulations to 1 million subscribers. I knew you were going to get there eventually because I do watch your shit
We presented a Young Don
in my spare time, which I have a lot of
passing
spare
a
time.
million
I ain't got no
subscribers.
life, but still.
This might as well say the Sauce Squad because that's what this is. This is it's a representation of
really
you guys
easy on the
that
eyes.
I can now hang up.
You made me sound old again. I'm really not that old,
give it
guys.
to my mom or my dad.
Only quarter
Probably my
century.
mom, because I did not get them a degree, so this is gonna have to work. You feel me? Ah man.
It looks nice too.
Also, I bleached my hair. Get the fuck over it. Anyway, let's start today's video.
Oh boy, this is gonna be long. I would get a snack, but it's late at night. I get a snack now, I'm gonna get hella
the other
nightmares,
day I was
sleep
chilling,
paralysis.
trying to think of what I should talk about next, when it occurred to me that about a year ago I told you guys a story that there was a part 2 to that you never got. So that's what we're doing today.
Oh, okay.
So just under a year ago, I told a story called I Stole His Crush and Broke Her Heart. It's one of my more popular stories, and I'll link to it on the screen and in the description. So go ahead and watch it if you haven't. It makes this video a lot better, but I'll give you the Spark Notes version just in case you ain't got time for all that shit. So back in like the 5th grade, there was this annoying ass kid in my class that we gonna call Jeff, and one day he decided to roast me. He said I had a big head.
I wasn't subscribed to it. I haven't heard about him yet.
Which, although true,
I had to look
still
at the
pissed me
date.
off. So I decided to get my revenge. How so, you ask?
Then I'll know.
Well, Jeff had made it very public that he was in
it hasn't even
love
been a year.
with this girl in our class named
like
Mary.
early this year.
So I was like, "Skrrr, you done fucked up. I'ma take your girl, boy." So I put on my young suave real quick, and I was like, "Hey, Mary,
You got subscribed like
wanna be
500K
my
or 600K?
girlfriend?" And then she was like,
It was before 800K.
"Okay," because that's all it really takes to get a girl when you're 8. Anyway, we start holding hands and made
You were
Jeff
8 in
jealous
5th
and
grade?
Mission accomplished, right? Not quite.
Nigga, you
because
smart? What the heck?
now I
Oh,
had
yeah.
a different problem.
Jamaica,
For
right.
some inconceivable reason, Mary somehow thought that I liked her, right? I don't know how. Whatever. Okay, so I'm like, no, baby girl, my sweet Sweet Mary, you were merely a pawn, a small cog in my machine of revenge. That is all
I would say
ever
he was
worried
pulling
about.
to me, but he wasn't pulling to me.
You
I
can't tell
didn't do
by
that
now.
shit to
This
be
is one of
petty and
those
get back at
stories where
somebody.
something bad happens to me and I deserve
I
it.
just play people because they're fun of
Anyway,
it.
I
It
start
was-
trying to
I'm an
dodge
ass,
her,
I
right?
know.
Eventually, I faced the music, and in front of the entire playground,
All my ex-boyfriends can vouch for that.
basically broke up
They
with
can
her.
tell you, yeah,
Told her
she
that I
was an
didn't
asshole.
like her. She ain't like that too much, understandably. So she kicked me in my nuts. Yeah, she kicked me in my nuts, and
Well
that
deserved.
was the end of the video.
Well deserved.
2.3 million views. Beautiful. So here's what happened next. Oh my fucking God. Mary, what the fuck was the sentiment that I'm sure I wanted to express after managing to stand up after being kicked in the dick? But I'm sure what I actually said went more along the lines of, ow, ow, that hurt. And it's probably all I said. Anyhow,
Probably.
Mary turns around and is like, what?
I mean, it was
and then
elementary
I
school.
said the most gangster that 8-year-old Don Hines could think of. I'm gonna tell on you. And then she was like, huh? And then I was like, I said, bitch. I didn't say bitch. I'm gonna tell on you. And as soon as your dad comes to pick you up, I'm gonna tell him that you kicked me in my nuts. And as soon as I said that, Mary's whole vibe took a complete 180. She was like, Donna, weird. You can't do that. If you tell my daddy, I'm gonna beat me. And then I was like, yeah, that really sounds like a you problem right about now. Mary looks at me and she just starts to cry. Like real crying though. Like she was doing the whole
If I was being told on me,
You know
snitch,
that
don't ever
ugly
cry
ass
too.
sound that
If I
kids
was
make
her,
when they
you know,
cry. You know,
elementary school.
before they
I
learn
was
how
sensitive
to
as
bottle
hell
up
in
all
elementary
of their
school.
emotional pain and just shove
Felt
it
a lot.
deep,
Then I felt nothing in high
deep
school.
down and just keep it there until it manifests itself as some self-destructive behavior like drug addiction or binge drinking. You know, like how an adult is supposed to deal with their problems. That scene would have been a lot more dramatic if the glass fucking broke. Fucking bullshit. Of course it would break now, you motherfucker. Still, couldn't
That was
give
a
less
waste.
Like, did she really think that I would care? All of our parents hit us. I mean, how else is a grown adult supposed to handle their frustration with their small, young, immature child that has literally
remember those
no life
spankings.
experience? Then
I didn't get
to
many 'cause I was an
physically
overall
assault
good
them?
kid.
It's not like that's going to leave any lifelong emotional
Slow
scars or
good kid, but still
dysfunction or
good kid.
anything like that. Anyway, I don't care. So I'm sitting on
Worst
the bench, right?
trait
Sipping
about
on
me
a
at the
bag
time
of
being
beverage.
somebody's kid
Just
was
in
I was
case
a
you
smart
didn't
ass.
catch that, where I'm
That was in
from,
high school.
you can literally buy juice in a bag anywhere, which is probably my favorite way to contain all of my beverages. I wish they sold bag juice in America. It's so convenient. Bag juice in one hand, beef patty in the other. Getting
something
hard.
similar like that in Canada.
Pause.
Milk.
Anyway,
They
so I'm
bag their
chilling,
milk in
right? And
Canada.
Mary
So
is
weird.
just having a fit. Like, she was really scared for her life, which, in hindsight, I think I get now. You see, like most people, my parents spanked me as a child, but they never really abused me. Like, I'm sure my
Right.
dad would spank me with like 10% of his strength, just enough to get the message across.
Yeah,
There
same.
are actually
my mom
parents
with me.
that hit their children
issues of things,
with
though.
their full adult
actually, two things. There was
strength.
one
And
thing that she
Mary
spanked me with.
Mary
Make
was
sure I didn't do
Indian,
bad
Indian
ever again.
Jamaican to be exact. And I've had a few close Indian Jamaican friends. And based on their stories, apparently their parents do not play around with the belt. Now, I don't know if this was the case for her or if she was just being extra.
They got the
but
belt, though?
based
That's
on her
weak.
behavior, you would have.
I'ma tell you what I got
sworn that
whooped
she
with,
knew for
man.
a fact that her father was going to murder her. Still didn't really care.
belt.
I
I
just
can't
wanted to
get
give
over
you the
that.
full context of the story. Anyway,
Your ass
so
raped
as
with
I'm
a
waiting for
belt.
her father to arrive,
That's a
my
nut.
dad shows up. Well, down the drain that plan went. I hopped in my dad's whip and he took me home. And of course, I didn't tell him because I wanted the most bang for my buck. And I knew my dad wasn't going to strike the fear into her soul like her father was going to. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just let it go. Again, I was a piece of shit. And if that's what you're thinking, I agree with you. So I go home and fast forward to the next day, and it is a brand new day, baby. My nuts had made a full recovery. Probably had my favorite school morning breakfast. Boiled hot dogs, fried eggs, fried plantains with some white bread on the side.
Man, I'm hungry right now. I want some food,
Terrible
but I can't
nutrition.
have it.
Tasted great, though. We didn't know better. Fast forward, and I'm getting dropped off at school, and I was late because that was just my childhood. All right, we're not gonna get into this right now. I was just late a lot. So I'm walking into class, and everyone's of course already seated, and I noticed that everyone was kind of staring at me funny. So I'm like, all right, y'all just gonna be weird. All right. So I sit down, and then one of my classmates turns to me and is like, Don, what did you do to Mary? So I'm like, huh? What you mean what I do to Mary? I ain't do shit to Mary. I mean, yes, I did technically break her heart, destroy her fragile childhood self-esteem, and embarrass her in front of all of her peers on the playground. But, you know what? I ain't do shit to her, technically. So then my classmate was like, oh, man, that's not what everyone else is saying. So then I'm like, what is everyone else saying? Mr. Hines? I turn around, and there she is, the vice principal, Miss Appletree, which is what we're going to call her, of course. Mr. Hines, may I please have a word with you outside? Instantly, I shit myself, because this woman was terrifying. Like, genuinely a scary person. For one, she was tall, which all adults look tall when you're 8, but she was like for real tall for a lady, and she was just scary, all right? She was just not a nice person. She reminds me of what a stereotypical Catholic school nun is supposed to be like in movies. Like, that was her in real life, minus the beaten children, of course. So I follow her outside, and I'm already scared. Like, my eyes were already watery. My ears were hot. I was sweating. I knew something bad was about to happen. So
anxiety,
now
that's
we're
the
standing
anxiety
in the middle
feeling.
of the playground. And
you
if you were to look at a map of the school, it was actually very small. Like, there were 6 classrooms, the 2 bathrooms, the principal's office, and the playground, and like the cafeteria area. And we were standing dead center in the playground. Mind you, everyone is in their classrooms right now. So basically, every child could see and hear what was about to go down. So can you tell me something, Mr. Hines? What is this that I am being told that you hit Mary? What? I get to school this morning, and the first thing that I am being told is that yesterday you hit Mary and made her cry. Now, I didn't know you like to hit girls, Mr. Hines. Wait, what? Whoa. I did not hit her. So tell me why she was crying and why I am hearing that you are to blame. So at this point, I was like, okay. I see what's going on here. This has just been some miscommunication, a little telephone game syndrome. I'll clear this up right away. Actually, Miss Appletree, I never touched Mary. In fact, Mary kicked me in the nuts. So that happened. And after she did that, I told her that I was going to tell her dad on her. And apparently she thought that he was going to hit her or something. So that's why I think she was crying. So you do like to hit women? Wait, what? Obviously, you couldn't hit her yourself, so you wanted her father to hit her. I'm not sure what's happening right now. You know, Mr. Hines, this is very disappointing. I thought you were a much better young man than this, but apparently, you are a woman beater. This conversation actually happened. I was about to say, did this really happen, my nigga? Unfortunately, when I was growing up, you were taught never to talk back to an adult, especially someone like a vice principal. So I just stood there and took this verbal onslaught from this scary-ass woman, just holding back the tears as my classmates watched in amusement. And I'm just there feeling like, what the fuck? Why is this grown-ass woman yelling at me, calling me a woman beater? I don't even know what that really means yet. Bitch, I'm 8. Why do I feel like she's projecting her own personal issues onto me? Also, why are we not addressing the fact that Mary kicked me in my nuts? Is that not worth mentioning?
That's
You're
not
yelling
okay.
at me
Hitting
for
people in
something
general
that
shouldn't be a thing
didn't
anyway.
do that she actually did. Why is that okay that she kicked me in my nuts? Is it because she's a girl and I'm a boy? That doesn't seem fair. Where's my ribbon? Where's my hashtag? Hashtag my dick matters, okay? Plus, we're 8, which basically means that we're practically the same physically. Same height, same strength, everything. If she took 2 weeks of karate class, she could kick my ass. What is going on right now? But anyway, Miss Appletree continues with her rant, and then she wraps it up with the typical, I don't want to hear about anything like this happening again with you, Mr. Hines. Do you understand me? So, of course, I was like, yes, ma'am. And then I went back to class where I had to sit in my shame for the rest of the day. That was fucked up. That woman should not have handled the situation the way that she did. Not with a child. Come on, man. But that's karma, right? What I did to Mary was pretty fucked up. I tried to use her, well, I did use her to get at someone else. And granted, I was 8, you know, you're not really a person when you're 8. I'm not sure if I knew better at the time.
You don't know too much about consequences at that time.
I'm sure that somewhere deep down, I knew that I was not being honest. I knew I was being deceptive in my actions. I'm also sure that I knew that there was just something's not right about an adult hitting a kid, hitting a child. I'm sure everyone feels that, you know, as a child and even as an adult, you know, maybe in the heat of a moment when you hit a kid as a form of punishment, you feel justified. But, you know, I don't think either of my parents ever enjoyed hitting me. And again, my parents never fucking hit me all the time. I don't want to paint that picture. You know, I tell you guys the most exciting stories. I'm not going to tell you every time my dad took me for fucking ice cream. Like, you know, I'm going to tell you when that nigga beat my ass. But, you know, I'm sure when it did happen, the times it did happen, I'm sure they didn't really feel too good about it. They just did it because that's what was done to them. That's what they knew. That's how
what they learned.
They were disciplined as children. So the cycle continues. But the point I'm making is that I'm sure that, you know, I knew that wasn't right. I knew that wasn't cool that, you know, Mary's dad was going to hit her. And even though I'm sure I knew that, even back then at 8, I allowed the pain and embarrassment that came with being kicked in the nuts in front of everybody, which although wasn't right of her either, I kind of fucking deserved it, really, at that point. I used that pain and embarrassment to say, fuck it, I don't care what happens to her. When, at the end of the day, that whole situation was my doing. And ultimately, it came back to bite me in the ass twice. So, yeah. I guess the moral of today's story is just be honest. Be honest in your intentions. When you do something, make sure it's coming from a genuine place. And fellas, if you tell a girl you like her, make sure it's because you like her and not just because you're trying to, you know. Yeah. That doesn't ever lead to anything good. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the story. Boulevard Forever.
So, that was my reaction to Young Don the Sauce. God, I broke her heart, so they broke my soul. So, lesson learned right there. I guess it was a form of karma, and I myself do believe in karma. I already know that the things that I've done to all the guys that I've used to date, like when I was in high school specifically up until like 22, I played the fuck out of those guys. I played all of them. I was acting like, you know, I'm actually, you know, I am a genuinely good person in a way, but when it comes to relationships, I'm not. And how I treat, you know, I've treated them like a good girlfriend should be treating, you know, how a good girlfriend is supposed to treat their significant other. But I didn't have any feelings for them, and they would always have feelings for me. But I'm just like I've only dated them for the wrong intentions, you know. The way that I act, the way that I treated them was the same way I would treat anybody. Like I would, you know, I respect people all the freaking time, but I didn't care about them. I've only dated them because I didn't want to be by myself. And I just, just pretty much I didn't want to be by myself. I just wanted a relationship for the sake of being in a relationship. And I didn't give a fuck about their feelings in a way. I didn't talk about my feelings because my feelings were never there. So I'm a little bit of an asshole that way. And I did leave a couple of people on at that point because some of them did not leave me alone. So I was just like, fuck it. And then we got in a relationship and then they fell in love with me. And I was like, I don't feel the same. We should break up. And then I would leave. And I did it the worst way too. I always broke up with them through text message. That's not okay. So I already know what I've done to them is gonna come after my ass. I already know. I'm prepared. I am mentally prepared. I know it's coming. I'm just waiting on when it's coming. So I'll understand the pain that they felt and realize, I've already realized that what I did was not okay. But the pain, I never experienced the pain yet. So I have to be in an actual committed relationship for that to happen. Anyway. And the freaking vice principal, the assistant principal, I just like, the way that she jumped from whenever Dawn told the vice principal what happened. At least the other part that happened, because he didn't tell everything. He didn't say everything. Then she go flip it. I'm just like, what? You gonna accuse this little boy of being a woman beater when he's like 8? That doesn't make sense. He's a boy. I mean, he's a child in general. Children hit other kids, and some of them don't understand that it's not okay at that time. And the fact that he was 8 and was in 5th grade, that's kind of weird. But it's a Jamaican thing, I guess. Their school systems are a lot different than American school systems. Yeah, that confused me. And then, I don't know, the whole spanking thing. Oh, yeah. The spanking thing. Whenever Don was talking about his friends saying that their friends used to get spanked with a belt, I'm like, a belt? A belt? Bruh, I got a whooping with a switch. If you don't know what a switch is a piece of branch you get from a tree. It has to be the perfect size. It can't be too skinny. It can't be like a twig, but it can't be like a big ass branch. It has to be skinny enough and has to have the leaves taken off. And that's how I got my spankings, and those bitches stung. You think getting a belt up, getting your butt whooped with a belt is stinging? You did not get the switch, okay? The switch is nothing. Like, the switch is horrible, okay? I still remember the pain. Even though I didn't get in that much trouble, I think I probably got whoopings like maybe 3 to 4 times throughout my whole childhood, I wasn't really a bad kid. I just did some things I shouldn't have been doing. At the time, I didn't know that it was bad. So until I got that whooping, it's like, okay, I know now that it's bad. And me personally, if I decide to have children, I wouldn't put spanking out of the circle, I guess you could say. I'm trying to think of the other C word, but it's not getting to me right now. It is later, and I'm really tired, and my brain's like right now. But I would use it as a last resort type of thing. Like, if I had kids, I could just give them the look. And sometimes with the parents, especially moms, especially black moms, okay, they will give their child the look, and their kid would act right like that. That's what my mama did to me most of the time when I was starting to act out in the store or whatever. She would give me the look, and I would immediately stop. I was like, okay, that's a sign right there to stop. Because if I kept going, I would have got a whooping. And there's that. And then, the whole timeout thing and grounding kids. I will put that in the situation. But the whooping, though, will be the last thing. Because if none of the punishments didn't work, the whooping would be the very last thing I would do. Hopefully, I wouldn't have to do that. Probably not, because I was a good kid. There's a pretty good chance my kids are going to be pretty good, too. Depends on the baby daddy, if I decide to have kids. Anyway, I was talking for a really long time. This video is going to be a bitch to edit and upload. Coverage is trash. Anyway, Like, comment, share, subscribe. We are 29 away from my 100 subscribers. Yeah. I love you guys so much. Do good because it feels good and it's the right thing to do. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.